I'm defining one small function. Now here I have a variable x and it is an integer optional variable. So what I'm trying to do in the normal function, I want to print it. So don't assume this is only print function. Here we'll assume this is accessing x here. In the real time, you are accessing x, but in a build time, whenever I build, now it is building, it will not show any error. When I call this function for execution, now I'm just calling this function for execution. When I run this application, where build will be success. After launching, we are getting nil. But if I try to unwrap this, so here you are just accessing, and I try to unwrap this variable. Again, your build success, your application launch, you got a crash. So in real time, we don't know scenarios where application may crash, where application may not crash. So in all the crash scenarios, what I have to do, I have to handle this error. So whenever error occurs, I have to handle this. So how I can handle this? The first thing, define function as a throws function. Define your function, it is not a normal function. So this is my normal function, what I define. If how I can define a throws function. Function so here function name, parameter. Immediately after the parameter, you write throws keyword. And if I want to write a return type, you write a return type here, or else your function body. This is a normal function. This is my throws function. So now inside this, implement this variable. I want to print this variable now. But here it is just a throws function I have defined. Then what else I have to do? You have to implement your try catch here. When you are calling this function in a function call, in a function call, you implement try catch. When I'm calling a normal function, so this is my normal function. Whenever I'm calling this, this is how I'm calling. But if I want to call this function, check error. So I'm calling the same way how I'm calling a normal function. It will throw the error. You cannot call this. So like how we are calling a normal function, you cannot call the throws error function because it call can throw the error. It is telling compiler is telling this function there is a chance of throwing error. So this call can throw the error, but it is not marked with the try keyword and you are not handling any errors here. Okay. My thing I'm defining just to handle the error, but I'm not doing anything after this. So how I'll implement this? Try it. Try function call. Catch your error. Now I want to implement try catch block. So this is the syntax that we follow to implement try catch. First, I want to do so here in the try call your function. So try throwing expression. Now my expression is check error. I'm trying my function. When you get a error, So this catch will get the error and I will print this error. This is how we implement do, try, catch. The function call happens this way. Okay, forget it. Now, what kind of errors you may get? If I want, so this error, whatever I'm getting, this system will throw the error. Now, I want to define my own errors. How I'll define my own errors? Usually, what I will do, I'll define a variable, error kind of variable. One, I want to define if I want to define the error object, I will define this way. Instead of doing this, I may define 10 errors or 20. So this simple scenario, what I'll follow is I'll define one raw enum. My enum custom errors. My enum name custom errors, and I want to define the raw enum. So only all my cases should be in the same format. So here my enum type I will tell as a error type. So first case one error. So case one error, I want to define a message. So you can define number of cases. So how you want to define the error? Now I have defined three errors here. First error, second error, and a third error. Now here I'll check. I want to throw the error. First I'm checking if my x is equal to nil, I want to throw the error. Here I'll define my first error name is no value. I want to throw the error from custom error, no value. So this throw keyword where I can use this throw keyword in a throws function only, not in any other error. So here the third thing, throw your error from the throws function. Here I am throwing this error. First it will get here, it will go here, it will implement this, then it will come to the catch block. So the first thing I'm trying to call this function. It will go to the function call. Now it is checking a variable is equal to nil. Now it is equal to nil. I am throwing this error. When I throw this error, my catch statement will catch that error, and I am printing there is no value here. Now user will come to know, so now there is a value, there is no value. If I want to give a value, if I want to implement something, here provide your x value. So what is the x you are having? Here if you want to provide your x value or implement the other statements. Sometimes what happens? Sometimes value may be there, or I have a value in the x and it may be less than 30. So here I provide a value for this call 20. And in this case, I want to throw one more error. My second error name I am defining as a less value. So here I'll throw the error less value. Now my requirement, I don't want to print only one catch block. I want to implement multiple catch blocks because always I can't implement all the scenarios here. So for no value, I want to implement one scenario. For less value, I want to implement one scenario. So I can define in the real time multiple catch blocks. So first catch block, I want to catch this error. After implementing your catch block, there should be one default catch block also. So now I want to implement a default catch block. If you don't implement default catch block, it will always throw the error. Print your general error. Now I'll run this. Make this. So I'm getting a less value error. This is how we'll implement. If I don't implement this block, always I'll get error because you are not handling any default catch error. So this is a simple example how I will identify the error and how I will catch errors. In real time, we see many inbuilt functions that they have defined with a throws keyword, and if we go for the database operations or the server operations, all the operations we have to handle in this way only. So there is no other choice because server and database we don't know when we get errors. So real-time application, if user is using any application, it should not give any crash. So people will follow this. If I get an error here, application will not crash. It will give me control back here. If there is no value, it will give me control back here. I'll write some more statements here to provide a value, to call the value again, so to get the value. So all this. So this is a simple error handling. In this, we have other scenarios that we'll see tomorrow. So here we are just implementing all this. Now, every time I don't want to implement all this, how I will follow to handle the error. Okay. In this, any doubts are there?
Without any throws keyword, we cannot use try.
No, we cannot use.
We have to add it.
Yes. The try catch I can implement only to the throws function. To the normal function, I cannot give a try catch. If I give normal function here, here you are getting a warning, no calls throwing functions occur. Okay. Here if you call also, there is no throwing here. In this function, if I want to throw the error, still there is a function I want to throw error from this function because you cannot throw this because it is not a throws function. So only we implement a throws function and we'll try only for the throws function. Sulkant, Nikhil, you have any other dots here?
No. No.
Okay. So tomorrow morning we'll see the other things.
Okay.
Thank you.